Hello everybody and welcome back to Dan Arms Tech, and I hope you're doing well. And today we're going to be checking out a new microphone. This here is FiFine's T669 USB microphone, and it was sent over to me to review. So what we're going to do is unbox it, show you what you get in the box, and then we're going to test it out to see if it's actually any good for the price. Now the affiliate link for this will be in the description down below if you want to check it out yourself. However, let's unbox it and then let's check it out. So let's open up the box and actually see what you get inside. And up first, you agree to with the user manual for the T669 USB microphone. We're not going to need that, so we're going to put it to one side for the moment. You also get this little customer card, which is from them. It says, "Dear Sir, Madam, thank you for being a valued customer." Again, nothing special, so we'll put that out the way, but it is quite nice to have it in there. So on the first layer, and if I rip this off, you get your pop filter. Now again, this is quite nice, metal arm, nice solid clamp. It does bend and twist like all the others that I have used, and it's double meshed either side, which is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, we will check that out when I do the audio test later on. So moving on to the second layer, and underneath is everything that you're going to need. So up first, you've got some spare bands and a spare rubber mount for obviously the boom arm and obviously the shock mount and everything else that you're going to use. So we'll put that to one side again for now. Up next is the boom arm itself. Now again, this is a pretty nice boom arm. It is pretty springy, and yeah, that is going to be quite nice, quite stiff as well, so you know it's going to be a good boom arm. Some of them, like I said in a previous video, I've actually snapped these, so yeah, that's decent quality. I quite like that one. And then moving on to the innards of it. So you've got your foam windshield here, obviously a little bit squashed, but obviously that will come out when you put it over the microphone. A really long USB cable, which is going to be perfect for obviously putting this all together, with a nice little band around it that says FiFine as well, so absolutely fantastic there. Your shock mount, however, is really nice. So it's quite deep. As you can see, it's flat here and it's indented here. So obviously that's so you can screw the microphone in from the top and have it screwed underneath. And the reason why they've got this raised platform is because obviously I'll show you on the microphone in a minute, but you have got a volume or gain control on there. So you can place that on there, and the gain button or slider or knob, whichever you want to call it, is not going to be interfering with this arm here. So again, it's a little bit light, feels a little bit flimsy, but it's going to do the job absolutely fine. Moving on to the microphone itself. Now this is a cardioid design, and if I get it right there, you can see the microphone on this side with the volume control button on the front, and then obviously on the back, it's just nothing there really. You can see the back of the mic just there. But like I said, cardioid design, as you can see it there, only speaking in one way. And it's not going to get any background noise as well, I do hope, but obviously we will check that out. So whilst we're on the subject of the microphone and the shock mount, which is here, obviously I said about the little ring and the clamp that goes on there. So if I show you on the bottom of the microphone and it comes like this, there is a screw. You just take that off. And the microphone has got its own little shock arm. Now this is going to be perfect. This is going to go on a tripod, which is in the box as well. But you also, like I said, can put it microphone on. Screw just goes underneath the shock mount. There you go, guys. Don't know if you can see that because of the light. So you screw it on in there. And once it's on, hopefully I've got this in the right place for you. Not much room when you've got quite big hands. And there it is, connected up. So like I said, now your volume knob isn't obviously interfering with your shock mount. Again, it's going to take a little while to tighten this all up, because like I said, there isn't much room. But there she is. All on the shock mount, all good to go, not interfering with the volume knob or slider, whatever you want to call it. And she's all on there. Quite a nice little technique. Moving on next, and you've got your desk clamp. Now again, pretty standard desk clamp, so nothing special there. And then you do get an extra little bit in this package here. So if I get it out, this is actually a desktop tripod. And as you can see there, that's going to be absolutely brilliant for that shock mount as well. So I will show you how to set it up. And you, yeah, basically can have it on your desk out the way, or you can have it on the boom arm coming in on the desk, pretty much right over there, just pointing up at you. But we will check all this out in just a moment. So test number one is actually going to be using the pop filter and the windshield, as you can see here. Now at the moment I'm sat about a foot away from the microphone, and if I sit about 2 foot away, you can actually pick up the fans on the PC. So this is how sensitive this microphone really is. I am speaking quite quietly into the microphone because this is really, really loud. I've done some testing, so hopefully I'm looking on over and I'm not peaking on OBS. Now, at the moment, the volume is just over a quarter, and obviously that is about the right setting for this microphone because it does pick everything up. Now, I am going to adjust the microphone volume, and I'm going to put it all the way up. Now, at the moment, it is at 100% on the microphone, and again, I'm still talking really, really quietly. This is a sign of a really good microphone that it can still pick up all the sounds, and I am peaking a little over on OBS. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this down a bit. Now, you will obviously pick up some of the background noise, or the microphone will pick up shakes of the boom arm or on your desk. So what I'm going to do is be quiet. I'm going to use the spacebar on the keyboard to see if that does actually bring anything up when I'm tapping it. And I had to hit it quite loudly for that to pick it up. So let's move this pop filter out the way and actually test it with the windshield on at, like I said, just over a quarter. So I'm actually now sat quite close to the microphone, and I've got the pop filter out the way, I've just got the windshield on, and I'm still picking up really, really nicely. Now obviously in OBS that I'm using obviously to record all this audio, you will have to adjust it. Like I said, I've got the open threshold at about -20 and the closed threshold are around about -34. And that's because obviously when you set up a microphone, it's just not always plug and play. You are going to have to set it up with whatever system you are using. But as you can tell, I'm coming through loud, I'm coming through clear, crisp, and it's actually a really good quality microphone. Like I said, I'm only talking really, really quietly. I'm not actually shouting, and that's because this microphone will obviously amplify that sound, and it might cause you a bit of issues in game if you're absolutely shouting or if you're streaming. Now, it is going to take you a little while to set up obviously everything for streaming, but the microphone is actually really decent quality. So let's remove the actual windshield and actually then see what it sounds like with me just talking directly into the raw microphone with raw audio. So the raw audio test without any windshield, without any pop filter, I'm still talking quite quietly and I'm not peaking over on OBS, which is absolutely perfect. This microphone does pick up everything. So as I said, if I sit 2 foot back, you can actually pick up the fans of the PC behind me. Now I have set that to quiet, so everything's running at really, really low RPM, but I'm not peaking. You will pick it up, and it actually does sound decent. Again, like I said, it's clean, it's crisp, it's raw, and you can hear everything I'm actually saying, and about I would say 8-9 inches away from the microphone as it stands at the moment. So now we're actually going to be using the desktop tripod for the FiFine T669. And yeah, I'm about 2 foot away, maybe 1.5 foot away from the microphone itself on the tripod, and it is going to pick up every echo in here. It may even pick up the fans from Arctic Storm just behind me because of how far it is away, so it happened to obviously open its cardioid microphone radius to pick up all the sounds of me speaking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to put it closer to my mouth. So now I'm about 6 inches away from the microphone itself, and I'm not peaking. I've still got it just at over a quarter, which is probably about the right situation for where I am in. Now, if you're going to be using this for live streaming, podcasting, things like that, just make sure you are in an acoustic foamed room. At the moment, I've got nothing. There's a staircase above me which is going to echo, and I've got nothing on the walls, and there's stuff everywhere, so that is going to deaden some of the sound. But like I said, I've got no acoustic foam up, so you may be picking up a bit of reverb or a bit of echo. But overall, not bad, quite a nice design, and I'm going to put it closer to my mouth, and you're going to have to speak a little bit quieter so you don't deafen anybody. But if you're streaming, just bear in mind where you're going to be placing this microphone, whether it's going to be coming over a monitor and dangling down, coming in from the side, or if you're using the desktop tripod, make sure you have a stand just somewhere in the region of your voice. And obviously, if you are streaming, you're probably going to have an acoustic foamed room, just to obviously deaden some of that reverb and echo. So then let's talk about my thoughts of the FiFine T669, and it is a great little microphone. Let's talk about some of the pros. It is really, really nice. It's a great design. It's really, really thought out with obviously the tripod, how it fits together, and obviously the boom arm and the mechanism for the shock mount as well, especially having that volume button being able to sit on top of the shock mount so the shock mount doesn't get in the way. It's actually quite fantastic. So let's talk about the cons, and for me there is only going to be one, and that's going to be that volume knob. Now obviously through OBS and obviously the microphone, you're going to have to set it all up, so it could be a bit finicky, but obviously as you can tell, when I put the microphone volume up, it actually distorted and muffled the sound. But then again, that's not really that bad, because with any microphone that's got a volume knob or volume button or volume wheel on it, or gain should I say, you're going to have to adjust that anyway. So it's not really that big of a deal for me, and it shouldn't be for you either, especially if you're setting it up through OBS for streaming. Just make sure the microphone is at a good distance away from you, or a close distance depending on your setup. Make sure you do adjust that volume, and make sure you do loads and loads of tests through OBS or any other streaming software that you are using to make sure that that's at the perfect spot. Now let's talk about the price. So for a USB microphone, and like I said, this is the FiFine T669, it comes in at £69.99, of which you guys can find the Amazon affiliate link in the description down below. Now, it doesn't cost you anything extra, it just gives the channel a bit of a kickback and means I can bring you more videos like this. However, if you do want to support the channel in a different way, then head on over to Teespring where you can pick up some DAT merch. Now, this is my new design, and the designer Shadevar did a really good job on this, and it's the new logo, so do go ahead and check it out. However, if you do have any questions, then leave your thoughts or questions in that comment section down below, and underneath the video there is a like button. Go ahead and smash that and share the hell out of this video because it really does help out the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and smash the bell icon for more notifications from myself. And like always, I shall see you guys in the next video.